There you go. Now you can see me. And y'all know how it is with the computer. But what's up, y'all? It's Dominique, aka that therapist. For those of you that don't know me, I'm the lead clinician and CEO for a group practice known as Yellow Bird Counseling. Well, what is that? What's a Yellow Bird Counseling? What do y'all do? And how do I get set up? Well, it's easy. All right. Our normal day to day activities include providing individual, couples, family, group therapy in the states of Alabama, Louisiana, Mississippi, New Jersey, and Idaho. Okay, those are the places where we provide services as of right now. We're really, really excited for more states to come later on this year so we could serve even wider population of people. Okay. But what do we do here on social media? Well, our job here on social media is to break the stigma that surrounds mental health and wellness by educating the general population on reasons that we could all, me included, you included, benefit from having a therapist outside of simply just having a mental illness, because it is a major myth that something has to be quote unquote wrong with you, okay, in order for you to see a therapist. And that is just not the case, okay? It's just not the case at all right? So I like to provide general topics that are topics that all of us, the general population, can relate to, and tie it back to how we could all benefit from having a therapist outside of having a mental illness, because therapists aren't just for mental illness. Sometimes you just need counseling, okay, on some sort of life difficult life circumstance, okay? So we also do that too. You know, you lose people. So grieving is hard. Transitioning is hard. Life transitions are hard. There go my ice water. Hold on, y'all. New stages of life are hard. You know, things come up with us in our human existence that are just difficult to navigate, and we might just need to see a therapist for that, but not necessarily because we have a mental health or mental illness. I had got the diet caffeine-free Dr. Pepper, but I did not get the ice water. You know? Y'all, I'm on like 3 of these a day. This is the 3rd time today I filled it up. But anyway, so that's what we're going to be doing tonight. We're going to be talking about general things that we all can relate to, okay, and tie it back to how we could benefit from having a therapist outside of something being quote unquote wrong with you. All right, we have to break that stigma because it's just not the case. Hey. So let's get started. We're going to, continue actually, because we started last week with talking about how to begin building a routine for yourself and different tools you could use to build a routine for yourself, because that way your mental health could be better structured, thus, have more endurance, longevity, less stress, things of that nature. We were talking about how to lower your stress level with adding some structure to your schedule and different things that you might not have thought to include in your schedule or take serious. So you can see the replay on our page, on our book page. You can see us there, and look at our videos, because that's where all our videos are at right now. So you could go over there. You can click the link tree in any of the bios on any of my social media platforms and get to the FB page so you can see any of the videos that you want to see. But yeah, definitely that was last week. So this week we're going to continue on to that, because a lot of issues that a lot of people have when they come see me is their sleep is jacked up. Their sleep is real jacked up, which majorly affects your mental health in a lot of ways, because sleep is a natural it's something that we need, as far as our Maslow's hierarchy. If you want to utilize that, everybody loves talking about Maslow's hierarchy. Well, sleep is at the bottom. We need that. Okay? We need sleep in order to be able to self-actualize. All right? That's just how it is. Okay? So those of you out here thinking you don't need sleep, that's not true. You might not need as much sleep. Now, everybody doesn't need 8 hours. Some people need a little more, and some people need a little less. Okay. And it's very important for you to give your body a chance to tell you what it is that you need by making sure that you get proper rest and you're following a proper sleep hygiene regimen. Okay. So we're going to go over that. But if you have any questions in particular that you would like for me to answer, definitely ask those. However, if you don't have any questions, all right, if you don't have questions, then if you could share this live, okay, with at least 2 people, that'd be great. If you could share it with at least 2 folk, that'd be great. Or put it on a page, or copy the live link and put it in a DM, a text, something like that. Messenger, stuff like that. If you could do that to share it with somebody, especially if you know that you have somebody in your life that has complained about not having great sleep. Okay. And maybe you have seen how they are in their waking life, and maybe they are grouchy, or they, have trouble with cognitive functioning because their sleep is off. Okay. So, if you care about your friends and family and you want to say it with your chest and help me break the stigma that surrounds mental health and wellness, then share this with somebody that could benefit. Okay. Yeah. I got my people be peopling shirt on because oftentimes it comes up a lot in my sessions. Like, really, people do be peopling. A lot of the time, people are coming to therapy to talk about how to work with the other people in their life that are the problem. Of course, that person does have to take responsibility for their boundaries, but they have an overwhelming amount of problematic people in their life. And so because of that, they got to come see me, and we got to build the boundaries, because sometimes those problematic people are people that are close to you. Oftentimes they're people that are close to you, like your family, could be your best friend, your auntie, your brother. It could be people like that, to where it might not be as apparent to you how to distance yourself from that, or the best way to distance yourself from that and build a boundary. Okay. But I have to validate that people absolutely do be people, and they absolutely do. And if you are interested in this shirt, you can click on the link in our bio, click the shop now link, and then you're able to get you a People Be People in shirt. It's that simple. All right. That we got them in white, black, and yellow. So if you'd like one, click the link in the bio, click the shop now, and you can grab one. Okay. All right, now let's proceed. Let me see. Do y'all got any questions before we? So, how to determine how much you need? That's great. First, getting you on a proper sleep schedule is the first way. So, getting you the average amount first to kind of see what your body functions like. But here's the tricky thing with sleep. It's not just going to repair in one night. It usually takes a couple weeks, about 2 to 3 weeks for your sleep pattern to really get back settled in. So when you are trying to rehabilitate your sleep hygiene, you do have to kind of develop a plan that's reasonable and realistic, because it can take some time. Okay. So for instance, what do I mean by that? I might have a client who consistently goes to bed at 12 p.m. 12 a.m. Sorry. They go to bed at 12 a.m., so midnight, but they got to be up for work every day at 4. So if you're going to bed at 12, you got to be up at 4 and got to get to work. Let's say they got to be to work by 6, but they get off at 2 in the afternoon. Okay. There's a lot of time between 2 and 12 a.m. Okay. So part of that is going to be utilizing the structure that we would have built, the things that we talked about last week. Okay. Then we will get to this part. Since we have spent some time in our waking life building a routine, and maybe we may need to do this first before. This may be your barrier, is that you need to get your sleep schedule together before you can build on to your structured daily schedule. That could be your issue. So with that, it's very important that you listen, okay? Because I'm just trying to help you out. Also, if you don't mind, could you please share? Could you please share and tap my screen and share? And that'll be great. That'll be great. So yes. So let's back to the client. So if I had a client that goes to bed at 12 a.m. It has to be up at 4 to get to work by 6, and they get off at 2. Well, we might not start them going to bed at 8 p.m. That's probably not going to be realistic. So I'll ask them. I might say, hey, do you think you could realistically try to get to bed at, I don't know, 11:45, 11:30? 11:15, where can we realistically start at? And that's not going to be all the way back at 8 p.m. Okay, it ain't going to be there. So we might take shorter increments of time in order to build up to where we need to be. So that could add some more time. But if somebody is really gung-ho about it and they just are going to lay in the bed, but you can't even do that. It's not good sleep hygiene to go to bed when you're not sleepy. Okay. So that brings me into my presentation. For those of you that can see it, unfortunately, it's not on every screen. I'm still trying to figure out how to do that. But before I do that, let me see if y'all have any questions. Nope. Okay. Perfect. Let me see. Okay. Thanks for the follows, guys. Thank y'all for the follows. Thank y'all. I appreciate it. So, all right, let me bring up my presentation that I have. Okay, where is it? Did I click off of it, y'all? Okay, no, I didn't. Okay, so I'm gonna have to make it bigger for me so I can read it because y'all know I can't see, and that's okay. But I'm gonna share my screen and I'm gonna make it big, and we're gonna go over specific practical steps to improving your sleep hygiene. And maybe areas where you might need to have your therapist assist you with maintaining the commitment that you've made to sleep hygiene. There may be things that you really need to do that you may need their assistance with. Okay. So let us. All right, I got you pulled up over here. You got to go to my YouTube or my F-book page in order to see the display. All right. Cool. So I'm going to. All right. I'm going to go back because I can't look at y'all and look at the screen because I got to be able to read it. Okay. So these are just a few little tips. And when I took my cognitive behavioral therapy certification course, it was a longer list than this. It was like a long list of stuff. So there are more in-depth lists for sleep hygiene, but I feel like for the purposes of what we're doing here, something very general is a lot better than something very specific, because that gets into you where you're going to need to build specifics for your situation with your own individual therapist. Okay. Now, if you need a therapist, I got you. I got our information. If you just can't wait and you want it now, you can go to the link in our bios. Okay. The link our bio and all platforms. and click that link. You contact us and get started there, or send us a text or call us, whatever you want to do. Email, call, text, you can do whatever you want to do. We have it all. All right. So again, let's start with the stick with the sleep schedule. Okay. So for a lot of you that might have small babies and stuff, that may be really, really hard. Okay. That may be really, really hard. Because they don't necessarily sleep at the same time, and their sleep schedules change as they develop and grow. So it's very, very important for you to just keep as much consistency as possible. So if you fall off, okay, don't just give up. Try to fall back on the next night. Do the best you can to fall back on, but if it doesn't work, it doesn't mean that tomorrow won't come. And that doesn't mean you just got to throw it all away because of circumstances that you really are trying to do your best to work with and that you can't necessarily completely control. Okay. But if you don't have small children, okay, or really small children, if you don't have small children, then it's very, very important for you to find a way to stick to a specific sleep schedule. And that may be something you may need a therapist assistance to help you assess in your own individual circumstance. But it's very important that you're going to sleep and waking up at the same time every day. Okay? Getting that allotted 6, 8, 10 hours of sleep that you need for your body. So that's how the question was in the comments over here is how do you know? Well, if you're going to sleep and waking up and the amount of sleep that you're not getting is enough, that you're getting is not enough, you know to increase it, but you can't know that if your sleep schedule's all over the place. So the first place you need to start is with a consistent sleep schedule. Okay. So that's something you develop in your waking life. Again, don't go to bed if you're not tired. It sounds nice to lay in the bed, but if you're going to bed earlier, that's going to impact your sleep. Okay? Sleep and sex are very delicate activities. I was trying to think how I could say it across all platforms. But sleep and sex can get impacted by any little change, okay? So we don't want to be like, oh, yeah, it sounds nice. Try to just maybe Netflix and chill and snuggle up instead until it's your bedtime. If you happen to fall asleep, okay, but we don't want you waking up before you're supposed to and throwing your sleep off. Because again, getting proper sleep, if you don't, I notice it. When I don't get proper sleep, I start to feel more sensitive. Okay. I start to feel more sad. I start to feel like everybody hates me. That's how I know that I need sleep. I'm like, okay. When I start having the dramatic, tearful thoughts, I'm like, that means I need to go to bed. So you may not notice that about yourself because, like me, you probably were plugging through being tired. And when we was babies, we was fighting our sleep and we would cry. We would fight our sleep. Now when we fighting our sleep as an adult, it might look a little different. Okay? So because of that, we need to be aware of how our actual body functions. And again, we start that with maintaining or building a routine, assessing the barriers with that sleep routine, and having our therapist provide interventions for that, and not going to bed when we're not tired. Nothing wrong with a good old nap. I understand that, but going to bed before it's time can throw off your circadian rhythm. Okay. Write down your worries. I always tell, one cognitive behavioral tool that I use with my clients is for them to write down their dreams that they've been having consistently before they go to bed. But also writing down your worries. If you know that you have a lot of stress and worry in your life, go on ahead during the day and list them things out. Don't let it get to the evening time with them still spinning in your head. There are a lot of structured ways to get that out. My clients use journaling, bullet journaling, thought records. They use a lot of different things in order to empty their heads. The name of the game with anxiety is to get that get that worry and that stress out. That's part of it, a big part of it. Not all of it, but a big part of it. Okay, especially when it comes to something like sleep. Uh Wind down routine. I have all of my clients at least have an evening or a morning routine. Okay. And if they can build one and keep it consistent, we work on building the other. Some things that you might think about is, do you like to take hot showers, bubble baths, chamomile tea, listening to meditative music, journaling? What will work for you? What will maximize you're winding down the most for you? Is it turning on brown, white, or green noise? It's a lot of things. It's different for each and every one of my clients, but many of them have both an evening and a morning regimen, and they all look different. Okay. So you might need a therapist help to individualize that so that you're creating a routine that maximizes your mental health benefits. Okay, because we're tying this all back to mental health. Okay, these are the things I'm sharing with you are to increase your mental health awareness and give you practical application, general practical application, so you can go back and personally talk to your own therapist about how to individualize a plan for you. Okay. Sleep environment. Y'all, you got to get off your screens at least an hour before you're trying to go to bed. Not before you get in the bed, an hour before you, an hour before you get in the bed, not before you fall asleep, an hour before you get in the bed. So if you get in bed at 9:30, you need to be off your screens at 10. I'm sorry, 8:30. What am I saying? 8:30. You don't really need it. I know a lot of y'all got a TV in your room. I already know. And folks are like, I just can't sleep without a TV in my room. There are ways to transition out of it. At this point, I'm just going to ask you the question. Do you feel like your sleep hygiene, if it was better, would your life be better? Like, would you feel better? If you don't feel like you would feel significantly better, then don't cut the TV off. But one thing you could do to transition out of it is turning on a brown, a white, a green noise, or meditative music, or bilateral music. There's other things you can do if you just need to hear something. And there's different type of night lights you can get if you need to have some sort of light eye stimulation. No, that's not the best thing, but you want to be able to facilitate a good environment for you to be able to go to sleep. Okay. So it doesn't need to be a lot of work on your bed. Some people read, that's okay. But I don't like to bring work into my bedroom, because that's supposed to be a stress-free place. And so you want to make your sleeping environment as cozy and comfortable as you can. So you might even think about adding some things to your bedroom to make it more comfortable for you. Okay. You might think of getting some aromatherapy or infusers to put in there that, help you go to sleep. You may think about getting, just different little elements to bedding that have warming or cooling or massaging capabilities. You may need that. Again, you may need a sound system in there so that you can have, sounds playing instead of TV. So there's lots of things. But again, get with your therapist. That's a good place to individualize how to create your own sleep environment. It says block out noise and light, y'all. Y'all got to do it. But some of those comforting noises are okay. Okay, but again, it's individualized. Before I continue, let me see if there's any more questions before I go forward. What y'all saying? All right. Motivational quotes. That's a good one. Yes. My sleep pattern changed after my parents died. I don't know how to get back to normal. See, that would be something to help. That would be a situation where you would need help in therapy, figuring out what would be the best way to start for you. Okay. And building on that. What will be best for you? Where do you want to start and where do you want to end up, and what are the short-term objectives to get you there? So yes, that at that point, that's where you need a therapist in order to help, because there may be things about your sleep that aren't necessarily the most cozy and comfortable for you that you may need to work through with your therapist. So yes, definitely get with your therapist, or get with a therapist if you're not already in therapy for that. Okay. Let me see. All right. So, as we continue, avoid stimulants and limit alcohol. So, caffeines, amphetamines, cocaines. we can't have none of the enes or stimulants, okay? Or alcoholic beverages before bed, because for a lot of people, while some people say it helps them go to sleep, it's not actually the best for your sleep hygiene. It's not proper sleep hygiene, okay? You probably think you can sleep well like that, but you could probably sleep better implementing a healthier strategy for sleep, okay? Make your bed and sleep an intimacy zone. I already talked about that. Not bringing work in there. Don't eat in there. Keep only getting dressed and going to sleep in your room. Keep it only to bedroom activity as best you can, because that helps build sleep hygiene. So that is something good. Hey guys, give me a follow if you like learning more about mental health topics. I do this every week, okay? So if you want to know more about it, then definitely give me a follow. And if you want to follow me on all platforms, you can go to the link tree in my bio and go scroll all the way to the bottom, and that's all the platforms. I have this platform to add that I'll add this evening when I get off, okay? All right. So we went over the sleep portion. We went over the environment. Exercise and get outside. So you do need to exercise during the day, even if it's something simple. Y'all be talking about how I be walking around my island, but what you don't know is that's part of my exercise routine, is for me to be up walking around. If I'm going to be doing something, instead of sitting idle, I'm choosing to walk at times that I could be sitting. Okay? So, yes, I do it for anxiety relief, but I also do it as exercise, because if I keep walking while I could be sitting, when I actually do have to sit to work, it's not like I'm sitting on sitting. I'm walking, then sitting. You know what I'm saying? But that does help movement. And I walk a lot. Sometimes it's at least an hour. I'll tell you that I'm walking. Okay. So I incorporate that because I work from home. So I need to be real intentional. And I might not want to go outside and walk. I might not want to put them, but I know I can walk around in my house, and that's still walking. People step in place, don't they, to get their steps in? It don't matter where you're walking. It matters that you're walking. Okay. And then I'll even now I've started doing push-ups and squats at every different sides of it, and really incorporating a real movement routine. That works for me. It may work for you to do something better, but I don't put the high expectation to go to the gym on myself. It's just however I can get the movement in. And doing exercise around your island probably is not the most traditional thing, but it's the thing that's been keeping me moving and consistently moving. Okay? So, whatever that easy thing is for you, whether it's conventional or not, do it. Okay? At least for 30 minutes. Of course, don't put your phone in your bedroom. I know that's hard. Y'all. At least try to flip it over. Start there. Start with flipping it over. Can you at least flip it over? So, those are some quick and easy tips. Again, like I said, there's a more exhaustive list of these types of things that get real in depth. But this was a really good, comprehensive and concise list of general things that you may want to look into as far as your sleep hygiene is concerned. Okay? Because it's going to majorly impact your anxiety level, your mood. It does a lot. Okay? I definitely need to get with someone. I don't sleep at all when I do get tired. It's time to get up. Oh, when I do get tired. Yeah, definitely. That's something that a therapist can definitely help you with improving sleep hygiene. I actually recently was told to take my meds early in the evening opposed to right before I lay down. It has helped my sleep a bit better. Good. Yeah, even changes like that. You might be taking a specific medication that could cause sleep disruption. So adjusting your medication to a time that's appropriate for you is also very helpful. Okay. Let me see about anywhere else. Thank you to everyone joining. If you could give me a follow and a share. If you'll like our page, follow our page, and give us a share, then you've done your part to break the stigma that surrounds mental health and wellness, okay? And then if you share the link in our bio with a friend or family member or coworker, you've also done it because then you've given them access to us, okay? You've given them access to all of our parts, all of our sides, okay? Does menopause play a role in poor sleep habits? It can. It can, especially with hot flashes and stuff and hormonal changes. It definitely can. I would get with your GYN about that to see, if that's possible. Because we do want to examine any organic reasons why your sleep is off too. Okay. And definitely having a hormonal imbalance could definitely cause that. Okay. Any questions over here? Y'all don't got no questions? No questions? Can you give us a share? Hello. Uh-oh. Rob, did you bring a cousin in here? Cool. That's neat. Welcome. Welcome to Yellowbird Nation. Okay. Cool. Any other questions, guys? You bought 2. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hey, welcome. Give us a follow and a like so you can join us. Thank you for bringing new people to our team and our nation, and we love it. Okay. All right. Cool. Perfect. So I think that was a great, after we had been talking about stress, sleep. Yeah, after we had been talking about creating a routine and then creating a sleep, what you call it, sleep hygiene. All right. And then let's see. Let me see. All right, y'all. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me see something real quick. Wait a minute. Sorry, y'all. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me look at something. Okay. Cool. I had to look at our live schedule. So yeah. So because I was gonna tell y'all when we were going live on next week. Sorry, but yeah, so next week we'll continue this conversation and more so focus on the barriers, like of why you can't build proper sleep hygiene. Okay. So these are the ways that you can start, but then if you're like, I can't do none of that, come back next week and we'll talk about the barriers, okay? So that's what I was looking for. Sorry, y'all. I was like, what are we? Because we had talked about April stuff a couple days ago, what we're gonna do in April, and so I was getting confused. So sorry. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Send me an email, Tanea. Send me an email. Definitely send me an email for that. Therapy at Yellowbird Counseling, or you can text, and let Lindsay or Dana know. Either way, whatever you want to do, you can do that. All right, y'all. So that's where we started. I'm gonna let y'all chew on that and try it out and come back with the barriers about why it didn't work for you, and we'll talk through those. Okay. So come on back next week and we'll handle that then. All right. We go live most every Thursday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, which is 9 p.m. Eastern, which is 6 p.m. Pacific, which is 7 p.m. Mountain. So if you're in any of those time zones, I just gave you the rundown so you can make it back next week and continue this discussion with us, okay? I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. Definitely glad you enjoyed it. We're going to come back next week to expand on it as it is sleep awareness month or sleep hygiene awareness month. So that's why I wanted to start with building a schedule, okay? And then work into sleep hygiene. All right? So, we'll see you next week. Oh, let me show y'all the thing as I talk through cuz I forgot to tell y'all about the I forgot to tell y'all about the intern program. So let me first tell you how to contact us. You can take a screenshot of this if you want right now. I'm sorry, it's not over there for y'all. For you, click the link in the bio where it says text us. If you rather text us, text the word live. If you text the word live, you'll know that I go live. If you click on the link tree in my bio, scroll down to the 5th link from the top. It's the y'all are gonna have to go on a different platform or wait until I put the link tree up. But for now, you might just have to go on a different platform and do it. I'm on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok right now. My screen name is that _ there. It's the same as this screen name here. You can follow me there. Click the link in my bio because I haven't put my bio link up here yet. Okay. So you can follow me on all platforms so you know when I go live, because you don't want to miss when I do the Cash App giveaways. You can even look through my videos to see evidence that I do actually do the Cash App giveaways if you are new to my platform. Because I know y'all feel like everybody trying to scam you, and I see more people asking for money than I see giving it on social media. So please go and do your research on me so you can see it for yourself. Okay? Right. So this is the number. You can text the word live here, or if you need our services, you can text the word new, or you can just click on the link in the bio and contact us any one of those ways as well. Okay. And you can get set up with us. You'll also know when I go live, and you'll also know when I do the Cash App giveaways. Good. I'm glad. I'm glad you might sleep through the night. I'm glad. That makes me feel good. I'm going to sleep through the night knowing you sleeping through the night. All right. So definitely, y'all, get connected to us. We have a lot of great resources. I was going to tell you about the internship program. I keep forgetting. So what we do is I accept interns, and I kind of do it on a semester by semester basis, but they can stay, their full internship time, but I reassess if we can take more interns each semester. So the people that our interns see are people that cannot ordinarily afford therapy, or maybe they have a high deductible with their insurance plan, so they choose to see one of our interns who is under the supervision of somebody like me or another licensed professional. Sorry, the dogs, or another licensed professional while they're in school and they're getting their clinical hours, So they're able to see people for free. But oftentimes our interns are with us for a year or more. And so because of that, they build relationships with the people that they see. So when they graduate, if their clients want to stay with them and the intern wants to stay with us, then they're able to continue on seeing the client. However, because they're not interns anymore, we will want them to get paid for their services postgraduate. So I have put my Cash App up here, or there's a Cash App link in my bio. If you ever want to donate a session or even a portion of a session cost, so that those people that have built rapport with their therapists are able to continue their therapy even after their therapist graduates, feel free to put in the for portion of the Cash App, put session donation if you want to donate to our fund for the people that are seeing our interns, who, when the interns graduate, want to continue to see them but may not be able to always afford it. So I've been talking out more about that, but that's what this Cash App is for up here. And then the Cash App link in my bio is the very first link, and it says want to donate a session. They're usually $65 a session, but you don't have to donate a whole 65. If you want to donate 5, you can. 10, you can. 2, because as long as you put session donation, it'll go to all the same pot, and I'm able to get sessions out of that to help people that can't afford their sessions. So if you're able and you want to, if you want to do a little extra, you can always send a donation. Just put in the for portion, put session donation, okay? And if you need any paperwork at the end of the year for that donation, I can get that for you. If that's something that you need, just feel free to reach out. Okay? I gotta check on this dog. See what's going on with him. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for joining me. Thank you so much for engaging. I will see you next week. All right.